Monday of week 2 of Ironman prep. It's a fucking rest day. An active rest day. Gym this morning, and we did our 100 pull-ups, and then I was in a really aggressive mood at the gym this morning, but we turned that off, and now I'm just in recovery mode. I have to go to work later today and still kind of do other work things that aren't physical, but in terms of the physical, we're just chilling today. So my mindset is very much that, taking in the stillness that is a rest day. And that's what's so important. It's like setting your mindset and the intention of like, it's a rest day, and allowing your body to relax, not carrying any stress. Because that's what's most important. Like, yes, I can stretch, I can put my legs in these recovery boots, stuff like that. But if I'm tensed and literally stressed all day, it's not gonna help. Physiologically, that shit just won't help you. It's just gonna hurt. So we're taking that in today. And I'm really freaking enjoying it. So see you Tuesday. Oh, it's day 2. It's Tuesday of week 2 of the Ironman prep. We have a brick workout. Tuesdays are like optional brick workouts, but with the way I like to do things, I just like to get it all done at once. And then I have a couple coaching calls today. My first one starts at 10, so it's like, I'll just get these done. I'll get those coaching calls done, and then I'll go work out after that, as opposed to even going to the gym in the morning and then doing the brick workout later in the day, or the workouts later in the day when it's hot and sunny and shit like that, which there's value in that. But I'd rather get it done in the morning because I like doing that, and then go to the gym later. But yeah, got off of work last night at a reasonable time, actually, so I was able to get to bed at 11 o'clock. We're up at 4:30. It's 5:53 now. It's crazy how fast the time goes. But yeah, I got these bottles with some G1M. I ate some dates and coconut oil, which is like a beautiful combo. Tastes so good. And then, yeah, just gonna get stuff ready. I have an hour and a half on the bike, which should put me around 30 miles outdoor, but on the trainer it's different. I get a smaller distance, but whatever. So I have an hour and a half on the bike, 4 sets of 8 minutes at 90% FTP, which is like, I mean, like FTP is like your functional training, whatever the fuck, but it's basically like, what can you hold for an hour? So 90% of that is not, it's not like crazy, I don't think. But it doesn't have to be like on the dot specific. But whatever. I was gonna do it on the trainer potentially, but then I was like, I just want to be outside. So I'm gonna go out and we're gonna do it outside, which is fine. I wanted to go drive to that trail. It's like a 50-point trail, but I don't have the time with the coaching meeting at 10 to drive there and get back in time. So we're just gonna stick around downtown Tampa and hope one of these dumbasses don't run me over again. Maybe I'm the dumbass. I am a little bit. But yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. Maybe I'll pick this back up after the workout, but we still have all the other workouts, and then I gotta start filming for the Instagram reel right now because I gotta do it on my phone. And this is on my phone, which ideally I'd have like a camera for YouTube. I don't. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. All right, what are your thoughts? So I got that pink wrap. I've had this idea for the last like few weeks. I think the thought is there. I don't think the execution is fully there, but I think it's close. I think it needs work, but I like where it's headed. It's just not there yet. But I want to make the bike a bit more unique to me, so adding like some sort of color like that, and I think it looks cool. I think it looks better right now because you don't see it all. I don't know, I think that top line of the pink needs to kind of flow better with the top part of the frame and or the line from the blue. I don't know, but it's close. It's something, but it's not everything. I don't know. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and we have some 2,800 yard or meter swim maybe, so like 3,000 some yards, and a like 11-mile run or some shit like that. So that's what's tomorrow. So anyways, I'm gonna eat dinner, shower, take a piss, go to bed. And this is the same day as that last clip with the bike. But something I've been thinking about today is with this Ironman prep, the things I'm least looking forward to is the swims and like the big swims. And tomorrow I even have a 3,000 yard swim is what it is. That's a pretty decent sized swim, and it's like those are the ones where I'm like, oh, I just like don't want to do that. But the way I'm looking at this whole Ironman prep and the plan I have in that Excel file is it's just like a game. Or it's a challenge. Each day is a challenge, and every time I do the day and finish that day, like I win. I won. Even if I do a shitty workout, but I know I actually tried and gave what I had to give that day, like I won. Now if I go into a workout and like half-ass it, or like tomorrow I swim 2,500 yards because I don't feel like doing the last 500, then I fucking lost. But I won't do that. And you might sit here and be like, you're lying. I know I'm not lying, so I can say that confidently and feel good about it. But each day I do the thing is a win. And just stacking daily wins, just stacking the wins is a beautiful thing. My pan is smoking, so I'm going to eat dinner now, and then I will see you tomorrow for the swim and the run. Just got done with a 3,000 yard swim. I'm about to go run the 11 miles, but I thought I'd rip out a little quick couple minutes for the YouTube. I was thinking about when I first started swimming back in like March or April, like when I got the membership at that pool. I'd go there like and swim 10, 15 laps. The 3,000 yards was 120 laps, which I don't look at the laps on my watch, but like when I finished, I was like, oh shit, that's 120 laps. And I was like, I used to come here and swim 10 and be like, holy fuck, that was hard. I'd be like, that was a lot. I suck at swimming. And then now I did 120 and I'm like, it's still like, obviously it's like running. Like it's still hard in a sense, like, because you're pushing, but I'm better at it in the sense that I can swim 120 yards. I can swim those 3,000 yards and whatever. And then like the next thing I was thinking, I was like, then people will ask you, how do you get to the level you're at? How do you get good? And I get that a lot with running, because running's the thing that I'm more good at. I'm not great at it, but I'm good at it. People be like, how do you do that? How do you get to that level? You just show up. You just keep showing up. You just keep freaking showing up. Like, it's really not that hard. You just show up every day. You show up every other day, every couple of days. Like with running, you obviously, if you're just starting out, you're not going to be running every day. You're going to get injured that way. But you just show up. And maybe the ways you're showing up in the days you're not running is you're stretching and recovering and making sure you're getting in your protein, because you need to fuel for recovery as well. Your body needs calories to rebuild. But all these things, so just showing up every single day. And it's as simple as that. And then I tie that into my coaching. It's like, I have a lot of confidence in the coaching in the regard to giving someone a workout plan. Like everyone has little bit specific goals, like, oh, I want to be kind of leaner, or I want to get strong, whatever. All you have to do is just follow the plan and it'll get you there. And so for me with the Ironman, it's like I have this plan. I did some research. I have like some running knowledge and stuff, but in terms of like triathlon training, I don't know that much, but I used a lot of ChatGPT, which is kind of wild. Like, it's just wild, but like that's majority of what my plan is from. And then I have a lot of faith in that. And you can ask ChatGPT. I was like, full Ironman plan for someone that can run a sub 3 hour marathon. Did I run a sub 3 hour marathon? No. Do I believe I have the fitness level to do it? Yes. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I like to think it is, even though I botched that sub 3 attempt. But and then I kind of went through that, and that's the plan I have. I don't have a coach or anything, and it's like, just follow the plan and it'll get you there. Whether I do good or not, I'll be able to do that fucking Ironman. Technically, I could do it today, but it just wouldn't be to the level that I would want it to be at. But I don't even know what I was getting at, but just showing up every day. How do you get better at something? You just show up every day, and you get better at it every day. Slowly but surely. It's effort over time. It doesn't happen in a month. It doesn't happen in a couple months. It sort of does, but like, you don't really start to stand out or get really good at something until it's been a long period of time. When I first started working out, people would be like, are you even working out? which was like a weird comment I'd get. I was like, yeah, I'm working out. Like, do I have to prove that to you? Like this weird shit. And then eventually people start to look to you for advice, questions, all that shit, because you become good at it. And then part of the reason you become good at it, quote unquote good at it, is like they just see the results of like, oh, he must be good at it. Even though maybe obviously you learn stuff, but I don't know. I don't really know what the fuck I'm getting at. I'm just saying, stop being a fucking pussy and show up, and that is how you get better. It's really freaking simple. I'm gonna go run 11 miles now. All right, here's another good clip I feel like for the YouTube. So I just wrapped up that 11-mile run. I showered. It's 1:30 right now. I need to, typically I have to be to work at 4. So typically, like, I'd start cooking around 2:30. So I would prep my dinner, the protein for my dinner. And then after that, I would cook my lunch, which is beef and rice. But right now I haven't even eaten breakfast yet today, and it's 1:30. So right now what I'm doing is I cook the beef, I cook the rice, I'm cooking the eggs. So I'm gonna eat that, and then and as I'm eating that, I'm gonna prep my dinner. So I'm gonna cook the protein, which today is gonna be ground turkey, and I'm gonna cook that, and then I'm gonna put that in the fridge, and then I will eat, and then I'll cook my lunch, which is a pound of beef and rice, and then I'm gonna eat that. And so hopefully I'll be able to do all that before I have to go to work, and then I need to do the daily read, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to edit. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So it's like just running around, which is fine. So yeah, it's kind of just a little update for today. See you another day. We have a 2-mile bike ride on par for today with 4 sets of 10 minutes at something percent, or no, at half Ironman pace. So that's pace of 56 miles or something like that, or 52 miles, whatever a half mile Ironman distance fucking bike is. But that's what we have for today. Now, I was gonna do, when I woke up this morning, it's been cloudy and raining like all day. Kind of stopped like an hour ago, which it's 1 o'clock now. For me, I'm like, feels like it's like 5 in the afternoon. It's really 1, which is the beauty of getting up early. However, so I was like, well, shit, I guess I'll have to do the bike indoor today, which is fine. Like, I have that indoor trainer, and that's why I bought it, was for days, because Florida rains all the fucking time in the summer. It's like a jungle. So I was like, well, it's worth the $150. It's really not that bad. But it's like, yeah, I'll get it. But honestly, I fucking hate doing it inside. It's so goddamn boring. Like, just staring at a screen, and I don't have Zwift, which is like a software. I think if I had Zwift, I probably would ride indoor more, because I think that software is beneficial because it has actual race courses and stuff. So you're getting hill work and like interval stuff, and you're racing against people. So I do think it probably is something that would be really good for me to have, but I don't want to spend the money on it, even though I think it's like $20 a month. But still, it's like $20 a month towards groceries and fuel that I need to actually ride the fucking bike. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I did some looking around because I want to find some trails. Because honestly, I got beef with Tampa. I don't really like Tampa that much. But I don't want to ride around the downtown area like Bay Shore, which is where I got hit by the car. Or there's like Davis Island, it's this loop, but it's only Davis Island is like a 3-mile some loop or something like that, 3 or 4 miles. And it gets kind of boring. But that's what I was going to do. I was like, well, I guess I'll just do that now that it's not raining, which is cool. But I was like, oh, I kind of want to go somewhere else. Like I miss being in nature. That's one of the things I don't really consider Tampa a city, but it's a city more than anything else, I guess. So I guess I do consider it that. But I miss being in nature. And then I was like, well, let me see if I can find some cool biking trails beyond the one that I usually go to, the 50-mile point-to-point one. Because I was like, well, it's kind of far. It's not far, but then you'll get traffic. So like Florida fucking traffic. I feel like I'm complaining a lot right now. But I was looking around. I found one that's a 7-mile loop in kind of a more woodsy area, which is awesome. So I'm excited about that. So that made me excited to go ride, or made me more excited to go ride. So sometimes kind of what I feel like I said all that for was to get excited about, or to set yourself up for situations that are exciting, especially when it's something that maybe you don't feel like doing that day, but it kind of has to get done. So for me, riding the bike for 2 hours is like kind of has to get done, and then, I mean, it's gonna get done regardless whether I went there or not. I'd do it on the indoor trainer, but like it makes it more fun, and if you can have fun with it, that's the whole point. So, yeah, that is what we're doing. So basically, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to prep my beef and rice that I'm gonna eat after the bike, but I'm gonna prep it and then I'm gonna bring it with, because then I could do the bike and then I can kind of hang out there for a little bit, just in the hopefully it'll be very chill out there and it won't be raining again because it is getting cloudy, but whatever. Fucking Florida, man. So that's kind of my plan. Prep the food. I'm gonna head out there and then I'll ride the bike, hang out, and I gotta come back. I have a coaching call at 6, which we'll see if I'm back in time, because I can just do FaceTime with this one. So I might just do that, which would be cool. So yeah, regardless, but that made me excited to go get out there and do that. So I'm going to go do that. But first I'm going to prep this food still. I'm sitting here. I just tied my shoes. I just took my gel on this brick workout. So I did 68 miles and then I'm about to run 4 miles. I'm trying to move pretty quick, but I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of thinking about everything I'm doing, and then you kind of get slightly doubtful and you're like, oh, I don't know. But then I see my fucking GT3 drive by. It goes, meow. I see my fucking GT3 drive by and I'm like, let's go, baby. So, cool little moment. Tends to happen a lot, or somewhat frequently, coincidentally. I don't know, it just happens. So, whatever. Let's go run these 4 miles. I'm like dying of thirst. I need water so bad. So bad. But the faster I get done with this run, the faster I can get water, because there's a Publix like just down the road. So that's where I'm going right after this. All right, it is Sunday, the day after that brick workout. We have a 14-mile run. It's 9:51 right now. Part of the issue with, because I was up at 5, I didn't get out of bed. I woke up and I was like, no way. Is yesterday I burned 4,700 calories, 4,600 calories. That's a lot. And then I finished that at 4 p.m. So I was trying to eat throughout the rest of the night, but I went to bed around 10, 11 or something like that. Super full, but I couldn't get in enough calories. And then waking up this morning, still full from last night, and then you just feel depleted. I was like, I don't want to run. I didn't want to start a run at 6 in the morning when I'm still depleted and like full or whatever, and just have it be a shitty run, because it's 14 miles, so it's gonna be a longer run. I'm not trying to suffer. I don't want it to be a suffer fest. So I just went back to bed, and then I woke up at 7. I edited the reel for today, and then I've just been on and off the toilet. Not because my stomach hurts, but I've just been fucking shitting. Hopefully that's not a TMI, but yeah, so hopefully I'm more fueled up now. I've had some orange juice, I've had some G1M, some salt and electrolytes, because now it's because the issue with Florida is, I mean, anywhere during the day in the summer, it's hot, the sun's out, so, and I was in the sun, I have sunburn from yesterday, so it's going to be a little bit rough. This is why morning runs are ideal, especially when they're long, or at least to start the run when it's still dark out, to just minimize that time in the sun, because yeah, the sun's good, it's good to get sun on your body, but at the end of the day, it's a big fucking fireball, so you're going to get sunburned. So, that's something that, in sleeping in, I was like, well, you're going to have to deal with that. But I was like, whatever. I need sleep. Sleep's nice to get. So, and honestly, it's hard to come by nowadays. It's hard to come by these freaking days. So, whatever. Yeah. We're probably going to get sunburned. But hopefully the run will be good. Hopefully I won't feel like shit, because that was the whole point of sleeping in and like giving myself some more time to eat some stuff. And well, I don't really eat much. I've had some bananas and dates, but kind of drink. I have orange juice. I had orange juice and G1M, so like get some carbs in me, and then hopefully that'll be enough to kind of make this run not feel like dog shit. So yeah, you need to start filming for the real. It's kind of obnoxious. Like, it's fun to do, but you're kind of just like, damn, I don't fucking feel like filming. But it's part of the grind. But whatever. Yeah. Oh, and that is week 2 in the books. Done, over. Also, there's my bike. I just leave it on my bed because I'm not leaving it in the hallway, and the apartment's small, so just trying to be efficient with space. But anyways, week 2 is done. That run kicked my ass in a good way. I'm just fatigued. I'm tired. Um, definitely. I was thinking this on my run. I was like, and I mean, I would say I knew this going into it, but week 2, I'm like, this is the hardest I've ever pushed myself. Before this, it was the first marathon prep. That was the hardest I'd ever pushed myself physically, I think, because every long run, like every weekend, you'd have like a long run, and each one was a milestone or like a new distance. I had ran 10 miles for the first time ever in my life. Now it's been a year and a month. I ran 10 miles on June 2nd. It was the day before my first day of my job that I don't work at anymore. But I ran 10 miles on the Sunday, first time ever in my entire life. And then after that, like a month or 2 after that, I started that marathon prep. So anything over 10 miles was a new milestone distance or whatever. So pretty much every weekend, 11 mile, 13, 12, 14, 15, every weekend was a new distance. And I was like, holy fuck, this is crazy. And then balancing that all with an injury, not making an excuse, we made it happen. And that was the hardest. This is hard. This is a lot. 14 miles on its own, like, isn't terrible, but then coming off of yesterday, Saturday, I burned like 4,700 calories during the day. So just refueling and trying to get in enough food to come today, and run and have the energy to do something like that. That's what makes it hard. It's just the frequency of these big workouts. There's a lot. Because you can kind of because the bike and swimming aren't that abusive like running, so you can do a lot without killing yourself. It's just like resting and food are really big. They're going to be like the deciding factors of getting things done or not. So that's that. But I can run through the week this past week. So Monday was a rest day. That was nice. Just took that in. Tuesday's like an optional split or break workout. But I always just like to get it done all in one, just be more efficient. It's probably really not that much more efficient, but just like to get it all done at once anyway. So just works out well that way. So it was a 90-minute ride, 6-mile run. Then Wednesday we swam 2,800 meters. Then we ran 11 miles. Those 11 miles, again, those were hard. And that's just because those were harder than the 14 miles. Just because, like, I don't think I had enough food in me probably. And just sleep. Sleep's a big one. So, yeah. And then Thursday, just a 2-hour ride. Friday we swam. Saturday we did the big brick. And then today we did the 14 miles. Then tomorrow, Monday, I'll have a 2,000 meter swim, which is like 2,200 yards or so or something like that. So that'll be chill. And then we'll just have that in the gym. I still have to do my 100 pull-ups for today, but I need to eat food first. But I don't have any food. Actually, that's not true. I have bananas. And I have this orange juice from yesterday. I should have been smarter yesterday and just had some sort of food that I can eat now and then go to the store. Because I want to rest. I showered and I was like, I need to relax for a minute. But then it's like, I should be eating right now, but I don't have anything to eat other than the bananas. But I want to get protein. Because obviously carbs are important in terms of like energy and getting things done. But protein's huge in terms of recovering. Actually being able to build your muscles or maintain your muscles and all this stuff. So protein's huge. I don't really do protein shakes or anything anymore, or like protein powders. However, I'm 2 weeks into this prep, I have been buying like protein shakes, just whatever brands, just making sure they don't have like seed oils and shit like that in them. But I have been buying those because, I mean, if I'm burning yesterday, like the over almost 5,000 calories, I want to make sure I'm getting in protein. Obviously, I'm trying to get in calories, in any way. But I really want to make sure I'm getting in enough protein and maintain as much muscle because I don't want to turn into a complete skinny bitch. So making sure I'm really getting in enough protein, and then yesterday, in that small time frame, so it's like I finished that workout around 4 o'clock, and then I went to bed between 10 and 11. But the whole time after that workout, I was just trying to consume. So I was like really thirsty, but I was like, okay, I can chug a gallon of water, which throughout that little time frame, I pretty much did finish a whole gallon of water, but I was purposely trying not to because I wanted to make sure like I'm saving room in my stomach for calories, not just water. So I had a lot of milk. I had some protein. I had like 3 protein shakes. So I had like 90 grams of protein from just that alone. And then I had like 8 eggs. I had a pound of beef. I don't know if you can hear that, but I had ground chicken. I had a bunch of rice. I had a bunch of milk as well. I had fruit. I had bananas. Oh, I bought a big thing of dates. I ate literally all of them. Just trying to eat as much as I can. I was just full. That's one of the things too, is like you're almost constantly just in a state of being full. My stomach feels a little off right now because when you're taking all these gels and like these carb powders, that stuff just doesn't, in general, like it doesn't really sit well with probably anybody. It doesn't really sit well in my stomach, especially when I first would take the G1M. Like the first couple, I took it, I think the first time I got it was going into honestly, probably my 3rd marathon. I don't know if I had it going into my 2nd marathon, but when I first started taking it, I would have some stomach issues periodically, nothing crazy, but it would kind of fuck with my stomach because it's not really shit. It's just not stuff I really ever would take anymore, so my stomach wasn't used to it. But now I'm taking it, and then I got used to it, but now it's like I'm taking that stuff more in excess. So now my stomach's like having to get used to that, which that's normal for triathlon training. It's like, they say like gut training. So taking all these gels, and you're just kind of like, why are we forcing our bodies to take shit that clearly it doesn't want? Because in general, for me, if I ever eat a food and it makes me feel bloated or gassy or just in general messes with my stomach, like I'm not eating it anymore. And that's kind of how I roll for the past couple of years. It's like if it fucks with my stomach, then I'm just going to not eat it. So typically if like I'm taking, which I could take like a couple gels and be fine, but just again in this excess, it's like a little bit much. But in general, like if I were taking gels and I'm like, oh, this shit fucks with my stomach, then I just wouldn't take them. But you need them because like what else are you going to take when you're running that's efficient as well? So like if I'm going to go run 14 miles, I'm not going to bring rice and beef or some shit. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that, but it's not that big of a deal. Kind of just complaining and or being transparent in a way that you can like understand like what some of this stuff entails. But yeah, putting a lot into this. Who knows? It's fun. And like during the run, I was like, you just want to walk. And there's like water fountains and stuff around where I run. So like I would always stop at those today, especially because it's like one, obviously I want water, but two, it's like I just need a fucking break. But yeah, you're like, I signed up for this. I was like, I signed up for this. What are you being a pussy for? Huh? You can stop, you little pussy? So that's kind of what I'm telling myself when I'm going. I'm just like, you signed up for this. And it's weird because like I'm running at like an 8-minute pace for some of those miles. And I was like, it doesn't feel super hard, but it's like you're so tired. I was like, fuck, I'm just like tired. Which is kind of a good place to be because it's like I'm not, knock on wood, I'm not like injured or anything. I'm just tired. I think I had enough fuel. Honestly, I wouldn't say I had enough. I probably was in some sort of little deficit. Again, just based off yesterday and then just during the run. But I brought 2 gels with me, but I was like, I'm just fucking tired. Just carrying a fatigue. So I think that is just what made the run hard, but we got it done. Kept my heart rate was pretty low the whole time, like 40s, 50s. I think the average like a 150 something, 54 or something for that whole 14 miles. Was not trying to push my heart rate very high. Did not have the energy to do it. A lot of times I'll go into big runs and I'll be all energetic. Not today. Not even yesterday going into that brick workout. Sometimes I can have some energy and I'm like, whoa, and like be screaming and yelling on the bike when I'm running like an idiot. I didn't have that in me today or yesterday. So I'm just tired. Is really all it is. Trying to keep up with sleep, but it's hard with the serving job. And I knew that going into it, and anyone that works in the service industry, it's like, you know how that shit goes. It's like, you're up super late. Yeah, it's a grind. Like, it's not crazy hard work when you're there. Dealing with people can be hard, no doubt about that. Like, that's hard in its own little way. Especially when it's like all these fucking conceited kind of, I don't know if conceited is the right word, but there's a word I'm thinking of, I can't think of it. But when you're just dealing with people that come into like a nice restaurant that are all like, ooh. So you deal with people like that a lot. There's some pretty wild stories that I've heard from the way people treat other people there. And you just kind of like, you just like shake your head at that type of stuff. You're like, do you think that is cool? I don't know. It's just interesting. But the service industry is a grind in itself. Up late, up early, you're on your feet all day, just kind of stuff like that. So mixing that with all this training and trying to still get up early is, honestly, it's been pretty hard. But I knew that going into this, and I mean, who knows how long this is going to be? Who knows if it goes anywhere? Who knows if it just, who knows? But I'm just following the adventure that is life. Doing what we can. Yeah. So it's Sunday. Try to post this video today. Well, I will post this video today. Also, I got a Sony ZV-1F camera, so I'll be off the iPhone for next week. I just need to get an SD card for the camera so I can actually use it. But yeah, so that's exciting. So the video quality will be better. Hopefully the audio will be better, because that's the main thing. The audio sounds like shit on here. So whatever. But week 2 down. Week 3 is another building week, but week 4 is a deload week, so that'll be nice. Nothing. I mean, still kind of decent size stuff, but compared to week 1, 2, and 3, it's less. So it'll be a nice week to kind of chill a little bit. Monday will be a rest day for that week. So, but the days where I'm just swimming, like tomorrow, 2,000 meters, it's not a rest day, but it's pretty chill. Like, swimming doesn't totally kill you, which is nice. So tomorrow will be chiller, which I definitely need that. Yeah, so I need to eat and do all that stuff today. Like, comment, and subscribe. All the support helps. I love the support, and I love you.